This video is going to have a little bit of controversy to it. It could instill a little bit of pistivity in some of the women that watch this. But a lot of the women that I coach and they talk to me about their dating problems, this always comes into play. A lot of it has to do with this concept of sexual agency. A lot of this has to do with hitting the wall. There's a phrase I just heard the other day, and it kind of ties into this, and it basically says a woman dies twice. And her first death is when she starts noticing that the men she wants, the men she used to have choice with years ago, she doesn't have as much choice with them anymore. The men that would stop and look at her and gawk and do anything they could to be with her don't really do that anymore. The type of men that these women now have choice with are the incels, are the men who are maybe socially retarded, these men that are armchair quarterbacks, hearting, liking. These are the simps. These are 80% of the men that are out there who just don't date. So yes, these men can boost her ego when she posts a pic outside, when she's on Instagram. These men will date them. These men will marry them. These men would make great husbands and boyfriends, but none of these men she actually wants. She wants the type of guy who she used to be able to get. But because of life choices and life in general, life has gone by and she's starting to realize that her options are limited. Her options are dwindling. Hitting the wall typically starts in a woman's mind. It doesn't have a lot to do with her beauty. It starts with her mind. When she hits, say, 30, this is kind of when you start seeing it. If she's 30 years old and she's not married, she doesn't have kids, all of her girlfriends have kids, all of her girlfriends are married, she starts getting the societal pressure on her that I want kids, I want the husband, I want the house and the white picket fence and the dog. Yeah, I've been partying for the last 10 years. I've had a good time. So you see him on Tinder, you see him on Bumble, you see the buzzwords that I lived a good life, I partied a lot, now I'm ready to settle down. Sadly, a lot of these women are what's called used goods. They made the conscious choice to live a lifestyle and not understand that her looks are perishable. And as she gets into her 30s, all the men who used to want her are either married or don't want her anymore. And this is what's called hitting the wall. They start really understanding that some of the choices they made in their life are now costing them a future, or the future they think they have in their life. So what do? You'll start seeing them in dating where after second or third date, they'll already start asking, so what are we? Where do you see us? And they'll start trying to lock down somebody who has just enough potential to give them what they want. And so as a guy, as we hit our 30s, we start hitting our stride. We make typically more money. We're typically better looking because as we age, we do age a little bit more gracefully than women. We have more stories. And those same younger women still pine for older men. So not only do women have to contend with the fact that they're aging, they also have to contend with younger women are now their competition. And that right there pisses them off more. No woman wants to see a better, younger looking woman, even in a restaurant, even in a bathroom. They don't want to see it because it shines a spotlight, it puts a mirror on what they used to be. I'm not knocking older women by any means. I'm just trying to articulate what you guys know, but what society is telling you, no, you're beautiful all the way into your 40s, baby. You're big and beautiful. All of these buzzwords, please understand this is corporate media trying to sell you something. It's corporate media trying to say, oh, well, you need a mommy makeover, get a boob job, get a facelift. You can be young forever. The problem with this, ladies, if you're watching this, is even with all of that work done, and you put yourself up next to a 20-something-year-old, you still can't beat out true youth. You can look beautiful, you can look phenomenal, you can have an amazing dating life, but you're going to have to understand that you're not going to have the options that 20-year-old version of you does. You just won't. And this is what the phrase, a woman dies twice, truly is. She starts to understand that. And she starts getting resentful at first because, like anything, you resist what you don't like. You start accepting it as time. You can get surgery, you can get Botox, you can delay aging, but you can never get back your youth. Very famous store called Forever 21 is called that for a reason. It's a marketing ploy. You're never going to see a store that says Forever 31. You're never going to see a store that says Forever 41. It's Forever 21 for a reason. You go in there, you buy a cute outfit, and you're 41 years old. You feel and you think you're 21. The idea is you're not. So when I'm coaching women and I give them this harsh truth, they hate me. They call me misogynist. They call me every name in the book. But then they come around and say, okay, what can I do? Given this information, understanding it, not liking it, not agreeing with it, but what can I do? It's a great question. Some of the things that a woman should be doing once she starts realizing that she's hit the wall or she's coming up to the wall is not putting so much pressure on a guy you just started dating to marry and have kids. Okay? One of the ladies I coach with now, guys keep ghosting her for this reason. She goes on 1, 2, 3 dates with them, and she's already talking about future. When she has to understand that this guy she's dating could also possibly be dating other women. He could be dating younger women because now he has more options. He has more choice. So one of the options you could do is find an ugly guy. Find somebody who isn't as desirable as the guy you think you deserve. These guys are wonderful. These guys will do amazing things for you. They'll love you. If you have kids, they'll love your kids. They're just looking for a shot. They're just looking for an opportunity for you to give them a chance. But sadly, most of you won't because, again, attraction is still the number one thing we all have. You have to be attracted to the person. And you're just not attracted to that type of guy. The second thing you can do is just embrace the fact that you're aging. Understand that it's not just beauty, ladies. I'm not just saying all men only want beautiful, feminine women. We do, but if you can bring other stuff to the table, maybe you're an amazing mom, maybe you're an amazing cook, maybe your life is in order and you can pay your own bills. Those are things that actually men do look for, that you can hold a conversation, that you're not just a pretty face and nothing behind it. But also you have to understand there are some men out there that do prefer younger women, and you have to be okay with that. Because when you were younger, you have to remember you preferred older men. The average ratio for women is about 7 to 10 years of dating. So when you were 24, you weren't dating 25, 26-year-old men. You were dating men in their 30s. Now the roles are reversed, and you're a little bit upset with it. You're a little bit pissed off. But truth is truth. I'm just here to tell you, it's okay that you're aging. It's fine that you go and get surgery. It's fine that you do whatever you want to do to make yourself feel better, make yourself look as best as you can so that you can present the best package. But work on the back end. Work on not being so negative. Work on not being so bossy. Work on all of the traumas that you've endured in your life. Don't bring them into new relationships. Because as men, we don't want to come in and try to defend ourselves against ghosts, the ghost of your ex, the ghost of, baby daddy. We don't want to go in and do with that. This is why we like younger women. They generally don't have as much emotional baggage. They generally are softer, they're kinder, they're more yielding. They don't have as much of experience, so they love learning from older men. They love traveling. So don't look at it as just older men only want younger women because it's some sickness. It's not. A lot of the stuff that older women do turn men that they want off. And a lot of the stuff younger women do, just their beauty, their femininity, this is what older men love. And add to the fact is if this is a truly high value man, maybe he's a doctor and he just finished up residency, or a lawyer and he just made partner, he's already going to be in his mid-30s. He might not have kids. Well, if you're in your mid-30s and you have kids, he might not want that. He might not want to be a stepfather. He might want to find somebody younger that can have children, that can have his children. Don't try to force a guy who you just start dating into a situation he doesn't want or isn't ready yet, only because your agency's failing and you'll take whatever you can get in order to fulfill your lifestyle. That's wrong on both sides. My name is Jared Shoemaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. I know this video is pine for a little bit more for women, but guys, hopefully you watch this. Hopefully if you have this thought, or you feel the stigma, or you feel any certain way about dating younger women, just know that you do have the ability to date younger women. There are advantages to it and there are disadvantages to it, but just understand, you're here to level yourself up. You're here to be the best version of yourself. You're here to do what's best for you, and I'm here to help you and support you in that. If you find this video helpful, please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a comment below, good or bad, so that we can have a dialogue more about this. And if you are stuck in this, man or woman, and you try to want to understand what things you can do to level yourself up, to maybe get a higher value guy, or maybe to get a higher value woman, hit the link down below, book a free coaching call with me, and we'll talk about it. With that, have a great day.